I'm just going to throw this one straight out there. The question everybody's always asking. The question everybody thinks there's a clear-cut answer to. Has digital communication made us antisocial? The first thing that will pop into anybody's head is yes, of course it has. Why is this even a question? Everybody just has his or her face in a screen now. Nobody talks face to face anymore, and we all just walk around like zombies, right? Well, let's take a look at the definition of the word social. According to my good friends Merriam and Webster, social can mean relating to or involving activities in which people spend time talking to each other or doing enjoyable things with one another. While it is open to interpretation to a degree, it would not appear to have anything to do with engaging in activities with or spending time with others specifically in person, rather than simply enjoying time spent communicating with others. Either way, there are many facets to this argument, but I believe the casual observer is placing the blame in the wrong place when it comes to digital communication's bad side effects. Digital communication has not made society less social as a general whole. It has arguably made us more social, but in doing so, digital communication has made us more rude and less empathetic. We have the ability to communicate with anybody we want near instantaneously. The price we pay for this being that we can't see them face to face. We can't pick up on the little emotional cues people give off when they're excited, angry, or disappointed. I'd like to cite an example brought up by clinical psychologist Sherry Turkle in the field work for her book Alone Together. Say you're canceling dinner plans with your grandmother, and you're debating between telling her in person, calling her on the phone, or sending her a text or an email. Obviously, seeing her in person completely subverts the communication technology altogether, but seeing her disappointment in person is likely to have a highly profound impact on your decision as to whether you should not cancel your dinner plans. When you call your grandmother on the phone, you can't see her emotional reaction to the news, but you can still hear the disappointment in her voice, making it far more likely that you'll keep your plans with her intact. On the far end of the spectrum, the text or email may reach grandma the fastest and require the least amount of time or energy, but it also completely removes all the emotion from your exchange. You can't see or hear her reaction to your cancellation, so you're far less likely to think about how she feels. This lack of empathy, which results from not having to deal with others in person, is also the driving negative force behind internet trolling or cyberbullying. If people said some of the stuff they see online to somebody in person, they'd probably be looking at a confrontation. In his article, Rude Technology, Dale Archer says that sitting in front of a computer, smartphone, or tablet allows us to ignore social etiquette without being held accountable. Kelsey Heron backs up this statement in her article discussing whether digital communication is making kids ruder. She states that social media has made it easier for kids to be mean to one another because the kids don't have to see how their behavior affects others, and they don't have to face up to the emotional damage they inflict upon others. In this same article, Heron quotes Dana Boyd, who says that kids today are no meaner than they've always been. Bullying is not worse today, the technology just makes it more visible. While I recognize where Boyd is coming from, I'm going to have to disagree with her on this one. People say some genuinely terrible things on the internet that they would never ever say in person. People are much more conscious of their own self-image in public, and without the anonymity of the internet to protect them, most of the time they just keep to themselves. Unfortunately, this lack of empathy that digital communication creates isn't exactly a simple problem to iron out. Any solution that could be provided would be as basic as saying, don't be mean to each other. Being mean to other people is unfortunately a part of human nature, and it's not likely to change. We can, however, work to correct our own inadvertent rudeness that stems from the usage of digital communication. Yes, we are connected to everybody we know at once through the touch of a button, but we need to realize that different situations call for different types of communication. Say goodbye to your friends on Xbox or Facebook every now and then to chat with the people around you. Call your grandmother. Ask a teacher a question in person. Digital communication is a permanent part of our everyday lives now, so it is up to us to use it responsibly and not let it control how we treat others. Thank you.